Hello guys, welcome back to Sun Crypto. In today's content, we're going to talk about BTC. We're going to talk about BTC on the macro scale. We haven't talked about BTC on the macro scale over the last few weeks. So at least in the short term, we're going to talk about it regarding this long-term trend line dated back since like October 2017 all the way up to basically July, August 2020. All right. So it is a very important trend line. We're going to basically discuss it by detail by details, right? And we're also going to talk about Ethereum. Ethereum, we just have to be very cautious. Early this year, just about like January, all right, I'll give you guys an update regarding Ethereum macro scale. Very important. We basically nailed it, the structure, the WXY correction, or you can call it a flat correction, WXY correction, or basically a zigzag. But we're going to take a look at Ethereum. Just want to give you guys a heads up to be cautious between like 350 to 375 range. All right, so now let's dive into the analysis for BTC. all right. So BTC, if you guys haven't been following our channel, make sure to subscribe and basically hit the likes and join our public Telegram group, link in the description, because we talk about this trend line over my last few live streams, right? So first thing first, guys, remember what happened back in October 2017. If you've been long enough in crypto, you got to be able to remember first week of November 2017. Okay, that big macro crash. We got like BTC dump like from 7,400 all the way down to like 5,400 range before we basically pump all the way up to after Thanksgiving, pump all the way up to basically 20K. That was epic, right? But you got to remember what happened, okay? The trend line started just about this area of basically 6K. That's why 6K is very important for BTC, not just because like we've been moving sideways back in 2018 and all of that good stuff, but everything started back in 2017, October 2017. Big support from this trend line. What happened next? After the support from the trend line, we got a 5 weeks, 6 weeks of a bullish uptrend, a nice bull run all the way up to almost 20K. But guess what? The bears took control after that and dipped the price down. Where did we find support at? The same exact trend line. So as you can see, from like roughly around like February all the way up to basically June, we've been hugging the same trend line. Okay, same trend line. As you can see right there, we did not manage to basically close below it, but depending how you draw it, we did basically find a nice support, pump to the upside, drop back, found the support, but the bears were too strong basically to basically not let the bulls basically find another support, right? So as you can see, we pumped all the way back up, but did not close with a two bullish candles above the trend line. Beautiful. That was like July. Okay, you guys remember what happened back in May all the way back to the first week of July. It was painful. Okay, BTC was dropping almost like 2 to 3% a day. Very painful. Okay, May, that's when XRP basically dumped from like a 95 cents all the way down to like almost 20 cents and so on, right? So a nasty drop. We managed to basically pump back up, but did not close more than 2 candles above this trend line. Guess what? We basically capitulated. If you remember well, most analysts been saying, oh, that's the bottom. Okay, BTC never gonna break this 6K ever. Okay, again, we're going to the moon. But guys, guess what happened after we basically got released from this trend line? Capitulation, guys. Capitulation all the way down. Okay, so at 3K area, I was extremely bullish. Okay, I was very bullish, and I was like, okay, we're gonna hit basically 6K and basically 9K. And as soon as we hit 9K, even though I wasn't paying attention to this trend line, okay, this October 2017 trend line, I was saying the first week of June 4th to June 7th, I was like, guys, BTC is extremely bullish because 14K is the easiest target to hit. Okay, you can go back and watch those videos like June 7th, June 4th, search it on my YouTube channel and you can find it, right? But the most important thing is like after we pump right there, okay, we got rejected by the same exact trend line. Same exact trend line. We could not close above it and we capitulated down with a nice reversal, hammer body candle, right? Beautiful reversal, and basically just pump all the way up. Okay, but the good thing is, instead of one closing above this trend line, all right, with one candle, right, this one we close above it with almost two candles. Okay, so I don't want to count this one, but after the close above it, we managed to pump with a beautiful bull run all the way up to 14K with 2 candles. But guess what? After that, we basically lost control at 13K, and the bears started to take control. But you know, even though the bears took control, they could not basically break this trend line for almost like from like, you know, July all the way up to like September. September is very important, okay guys. September is very important. I'm not saying we're gonna crash or we're gonna capitulate, but September is one of the most important months, okay, for BTC. I'm gonna show you why, okay, also. So as you can see, guys, back in July, no, back in August, right, 2019, I was like, we're gonna drop down to 0.618 and so on, right? And you know, if we break it, we're gonna retest 55. We did drop all the way down again, okay, 0.618. Okay, so most of you guys not familiar with this BTC chart, so I just gotta show you what I'm talking about regarding the 0.618. If you do a swing low to swing high, right, 50% pullback, that's basically the log scale, right? Based on log scale, we retested 50% pullback. So, but if you don't use a log scale, right, it is gonna say 0.618. That's why it's most analysts were so bullish, because they weren't using the log scale. So they were like, oh, we retested 0.618. I was like, nope, guys, be cautious, because if you use the log scale, we're not yet at 0.618. 0.618 is at 5,500. So I was still waiting for, you know, 0.618 at 55 to 42. We hit 42 exactly on the dot. But before that, after we got this support at, you know, 50% pullback based on log scale, we not got a nice bull run up to the same exact level back in like February, first week of February, and got rejected. And I was like, guys, that's it, we're gonna hit our basically 4200. But the good thing is, like, for the bulls, they could try to break this level of a trend, this level of the trend line. They can break it. But even if we break it, all right, as you can see right there, okay, as you can see right there, we got 2 weeks, okay. After we close above it, we pump 2 weeks. The first time we pumped like 1 week, the second time we pumped 2 weeks. So this one we could pump like 3 weeks above it. I'm not saying we will, but all I'm saying is this trend line, right, is very, very important. Are we going to be able to break above it? We're going to talk about it, because what I'm saying is September is very, very important for BTC. So what the bulls need to do is, like, they need to close above it as soon as possible and try to basically keep up the momentum at least for 2 weeks. Otherwise, the bear is going to remember the trend line and they're going to be very confident. I don't see anyone talking about this trend line. So if the bears basically, you know, remember this trend line, all right, they most likely going to strike. Okay, so best thing to do for the bears right now is try to remember this trend line. Best thing to do for the bulls is, like, try to get out of this trend line as soon as possible and keep up the momentum and break this level. If not, we could see like a nice capitulation as soon as, you know, as soon as the bears start like you know, selling, bringing like a massive selling pressure. All right, so now let's talk about September. I'm going to remove everything and I'm going to show you why September is very, very important. All right, September is one of the most important, more important than basically December for BTC, right? As you can see, September 2017. You guys remember the China FUD, right? The China FUD, when BTC was like 4,900, 4,950, almost 5K area. What happened? Okay, that was like late August, first week of September. We dropped 40%, guys. 40%. Okay, that's when BTC dropped from 5K to 2916, 2980 range. So before we pump to the upside. So guess what, guys? September again, 2018. What happened September 2018? Right there, July, first week of September, that's when we basically dropped 16%, you know, made a, you know, nice bear flag, and finally capitulated all the way down to where? To 3,100, 57%. Okay, so guess what? September 2019, once again, I was very bullish late August. I was very bearish late August, but BTC, that's a 7-day chart, right? BTC give us a nice reversal candle, right? From like a low, you know, low 9K all the way up to 10.9. Okay, if you guys remember what happened in 10.9 back in 2019 was a flat correction, and I was like, you know, we're gonna capitulate down because it is a flat correction, just like the flat correction we made right there. Okay, so we made the same flat correction back in like you know, back in basically September 2019. So as you can see, September right there, we pump all the way up. First week of September, guys, September 3rd. Guess what? We drop, right? Never made a new high, okay? Drop all the way down, okay? Even though we got a lot of craziness in between, but guess what? We dropped 64%. Okay, we made a new low, 64%. Okay, not a new low, but you know what I mean, right? We dropped 64%. This one was 55, right? Range 55, 57. This one is 64. So what I'm expecting, if the bear is going to be very, very strong, okay, at least, you know, before September, if we basically get rejection right here, we could expect the average of 64 to 65, 64 to 55, roughly around like 60% drop. We could anticipate, all right? Let's say we get rejected right around like, let's say 14K, okay, for the bulls, because they're gonna be like, oh, we're going to 14K and all that good stuff. Let's say we get, you know, get rejected right around like 14K, right? We could expect a 60% drop, okay? A 60% drop gonna take us right around like 53, okay? 53 to 55 range, okay? So 53 to 55, if you do a swing low to swing high, right? It is going to be roughly around like a, you know, 0.786. And we're in the bear market, so 0.786 pullback is going to be normal. It's not like abnormal to see like a 0.786, because even BTC dropped like down to 0.786 in this range. If you take a look at it, swing low to swing high, you can see like we drop all the way down to 0.786. I'm not saying we're gonna go to like 14K, right? Or whatever, we're not gonna get rejected. But all I'm saying is the probability of BTC, okay, retracing down to the low 4 to 5K range is very, very high. Okay, so that's all I'm saying. Not saying it is gonna get rejected or not, but what I'm saying is be cautious, because whenever we see a big move from BTC, everybody gonna start calling for 100K, 200K, $1 million, okay, and all of that good stuff, okay, and XRP going to zero and all that, you know, nonsense, right? So let's just keep that in mind, all right? So now we're gonna basically take a look at Ethereum next, all right? So Ethereum, if you watch my basically Ethereum price prediction, I'm gonna put a link of it in the description, right? First week of January, 5-minute video, right? I explained to you in like great detail, right, why Ethereum could be making a flat correction, and if we retest basically, you know, roughly around like $80 to $100 range, Ethereum could be very bullish, right, back to like a, you know, 360 and so on. So let's take a look at Ethereum. So if you take a look at Ethereum, right, that's what we said, right? We said Ethereum, we got a 5-way structure. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so what I'm expecting next, I'm expecting a correction, but the correction we're expecting could be complex. All right, so what I mean by complex correction, you know, you can either get a you can either say, okay, this is a 1, 2, 3 ABC correction and we're going to the moon, right? But it might not be that way. Okay, what I was saying first week of January, I was like, that's what I'm expecting. This wave is a 5-way structure. We got 1, 2 and 3, right? And we could expect, this is a 1, 2 and 3, and we could expect, right, a 3-way move, internal correction. You can go back and watch that video. Okay, we said Ethereum gonna do this, it's gonna do that, and it's gonna do this. So why I was expecting this move, because I'm expecting after we retest like 365, 375, if we get rejected right there, we're gonna get another move to the downside. Okay, so either we can look at it as a complex correction, or we can just look at it as a simple zigzag where we get like a 535. A 535 going to give us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we're gonna get this move, internal correction, right? 1, 2, 3 ABC correction, and we're gonna expect like another impulse move to the downside in a 5-wave corrective structure like this, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, something like that. Okay, just like this one. So we talk about this like first week of January, so it's not something new. It's not like I'm surprised about Ethereum being you know, pumping up to like 365. I did not expect like Ethereum to be able to break this level, but since we broke it, we just have to respect what the market is giving us, right? This level of $300 range. Did not expect like we're gonna break 300. I was expecting this move is done and then we just gonna complete the 5-way structure from this point, right? From right there. Okay, I was expecting we're gonna complete the 5-way, but however, since like we pump into the upside and we got a rejection from like previous rejection just about 365, 375, we're just gonna have to wait and see if Ethereum gonna get rejected. And once again, this move might not be just simple. Okay, it could be expanded. We could pump to the upside. It doesn't matter, like, but the correctional move is there. Okay, that's the most important. The most important is like this is a correction. Either we're gonna get rejection right there, or we can pump to the upside. If BC decides to pump for the next 2 weeks, Ethereum can pump to like a 450, 585, even 450, 485 range, because we got a rejection, a previous resistance right there, just about like 480, and before continuing the downtrend. All right. So the directional move is the most important. So let's just be cautious for Ethereum to be able to, just to be cautious with Ethereum in this box. That's what I'm trying to say. Not trying to pick a number and all of that, all that good stuff. But the most important, watch out for a, weekly engulfing candle, or 10 days engulfing candle, 21 days engulfing candle, stuff like that, to basically anticipate further move to the downside for Ethereum. All right. So I know Ethereum is extremely bullish right now, but market is still it is still making lower highs. Okay, you got 1, 2, 3, and we're still making, we need to break this high. Okay, we need to break it, and then we're gonna start talking about like higher highs and all of that good stuff. And so the good thing for Ethereum, like for the bulls, is like, we did not break this low. Even though we were making this lower lows, we did not break this previous low. So even if we capitulate down, the bulls could be very confident, right? And they're gonna forget about the macro scale. They're gonna forget about this macro scale right there. So even if we drop right there, find the support, they're gonna be like higher lows, and then it could be just a correction to continue the downtrend. All right, so just be cautious within this range. Market is very volatile. Not telling you like what to do, what to do with your money, but just be very, very cautious about that Ethereum 10K and all of that nonsense. All right, so all right guys, thanks a lot for watching. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit the likes, make sure to subscribe, join our public Telegram group, link in the description. If you're looking to join our premium group, send me a message once you join our public Telegram group. All right guys, thanks a lot.